Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, welcome. My name's Monica. And in today's video, I'm going to go over the September new releases and more than likely my TBR, although I'm still kind of working on my TBR. So as you can tell, I'm in a new location and I don't sound good. I am been very sick for the last 3 days. I have really been down since I got home from work on Friday. I could not find a substitute to go home on Friday. There was just no way. And I don't even know I'm gonna have a substitute for tomorrow. So I don't know what's gonna end up happening, but I'm feeling human enough to sit up and film this video. I'm in a different spot because where I usually film, I either sit on the floor or I stand, and I simply don't have enough energy to do either. So I'm sitting in one of my favorite chairs. It's a dragon chair. I absolutely love it. I love dragons. Anyway, but I wanted to get this out for you as soon as possible because this is all the new releases that are coming out in the month of September. Well, not all, because literally even after I got this list, I wrote down all these new releases, was looking for audiobooks, doing this whole thing. This took me the better part of the month to do. There's over 80 books here. And this morning, I even got onto Instagram and there was 6 more books that were announced. And I was like, holy crap. So I literally had to cut off how much I could put into this video. Otherwise, we would be here for 4 hours. I'm not kidding. That's how many books are coming out. Let's start off with the books. The first book, and this is on September 2nd, September 9th, September 23rd, and September 30th. They're all really, really stacked. So anyway, also sorry about the lighting. I just didn't have enough energy to get out my light, and I just wanted to get this out to you as soon as possible so you have time to watch it and figure out what you want to read in September. So let's begin with the books. So on September 2nd is It Happened on a Sunday by Tracy Wolff. This I think is traditionally published, but they haven't talked about an audiobook, so I don't know. So it's definitely gonna have ebook and paperback. On October 2nd is The Good Girl Effect by Sarah Kate. This is book 1 in a new Salacious Players series. This is next gen. It's called The Salacious Legacy, and it's gonna have all the releases, paperback, audiobook, and ebook, and I think there's even a hardcover option on Amazon. Anyway, the narrators are gonna be Jason Clark, May Sullivan, Brandon Francis, CJ Bloom, and Samantha Brentmore. On September 2nd is Learning Curve by Rachel Lacey. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. And the narrator is Quinn Riley. And Head Witch in Charge by Avery Flynn. This is book 2 in the Sherwood Witches series. It's also coming out on September 2nd. I just want it to be October by now. But anyway, it's September 2nd is its release, and it's going to have paperback, audiobook, and ebook. And the narrators are Aaron Shedlock and Kelsey Navarro Foster. On September 2nd is Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. This is The Letters of Enchantment, book 0. So this is a new series. I'm not sure if this is a prequel to this new series or not, but it's going to have, I suspect it'll be hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. And the narrator is going to be Hannah Vander Wethson. And I'm sorry if I butchered her names. You know, if you've been around here a long time, I have a hard time with pronunciations. I can't even say pronunciation right. So anyway, but it's a little worse when I have problems with my cold. On September 2nd, By the Horns by Ruby Dixon is going to be released. This is book 2 in the Royal Artifactual Guild series. It's going to have paperback, ebook, audiobook, and the narrators are going to be Hero Diaz and Felicity Monroe. Also on September 2nd is Framed by Death by J.D. Robb. This is Nora Roberts, and it's her In Death series, and this is book 61. And it's going to have a hardcover, ebook, and audio, and the narrator is going to be Susan Erickson, who I actually do like Susan Erickson. Then on September 2nd is The Surrender by Jody Ellen Malpass. This is book 2 in the Arlington Hall series. It's going to have ebook, paperback and audiobook, and the narrator is Shakira Shoot. Also on September 2nd is Fearful by Lauren Roberts. This is book 3.5 in the Powerless Trilogy series. It's going to have hardcover, ebook, and I suspect it audiobook, but nothing's been announced. It's been announced. I've seen it on Audible, but they haven't announced the narrators, so I don't know. On September 2nd is Every Step She Takes by Alison Cochran. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, audiobook, and ebook, and the narrators are Cindy Kay and Jeremy Carlisle Parker. Now, this next one is a re-release because it was picked up by a traditional publisher, so you can, I think if you still have it out on K, you could still read it now. I'm not sure, but it's going to also have an audiobook, so on my graphic on my Instagram, you'll see it as an audiobook. Because I want to be fair. Anyway, so this is a re-release because it's traditionally published. It's going to have ebook, paperback, and audiobook. So brand new covers and everything. And is If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia. And it's going to, and as I said, it's going to have all the releases. And the narrators are Blair Young, Emily Eden, Alex Raby, and Sean Patrick Hopkins. And then on September 2nd is Crazy Spooky Love by Josie Silver. It's going to have ebook and paperback. I don't know about an audiobook. Hasn't been announced. No information about narrators. There's more. There's a few more on September 2nd. So another one on September 2nd is Falling Like Leaves by Misty Wilson. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, audiobook, and ebook, and the narrator is Rebecca Ross. And then on September 2nd is Season of the Witch by Sophie H. Morgan. This is Toil and Troubles book 3 in that series. It's going to have ebook, paperback, audiobook, and the narrator is Natalie Duke. Now, I will say this. I listened to this one, and I think I gave it 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed this one. It was really good witchy holiday fun, because this is about witches during the holiday season. And then you have them going to a authentic English manor house party, which was honestly a lot of fun. So there's that one. All right, moving on. On September 2nd is Which You Would by Aaliyah Amador. I hope I said her name right. It's going to have paperback, ebook, and audiobook, and the narrators are Stacey Gomez and Gary Tedman. And then this is an audiobook release only, and I'm actually halfway through it, and I'm thoroughly enjoying this audiobook. It is so much fun. It is magical and charming with some spice, and I really like it. And it is Alphame's Two Lovers by Jennifer Chipman. So you can already get the ebook and paperback, but the audiobook, I highly recommend this audiobook. The narrators are Shiloh James and Bryant Walker. So yeah, when it comes out, you should actually pick up the audiobook. The audiobook is fantastic. All right, then on September 4th is The Live in Temptation by Brighton Walsh. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. And the narrators are going to be Connor Crayas and Vanessa Edwin. And I'm going to pause. Sorry, I needed to get some water. Okay, so on September 4th is A Love Like Pumpkin Spice by Haley Frost. It's going to have paperback and ebook. I don't know about an audiobook, and I don't know about narrators. Nothing was said. Now, on October 9th, which is also a very stacked day, I'm going to start off with, I think, the one that a lot of people are waiting for, and it is Wild Card by Elsie Silver. This is book 4 in the Rose Hill series, and it's going to have all the releases, paperback, ebook, and audiobook, and the narrators are Connor Crayas and Megan Wicks, and I'm very, very excited for this one. And then the next one that I think people are also really wanting is People Watching by Hannah Bonham Young. This is also releasing on September 9th, and the narrators are going to be Victoria Conley and Brandon Francis. I've been listening to some audiobooks lately of Brandon Francis, and he's really killing it. I think he's newer to the game, but I'm really liking his narration. Anyway, that's also coming out on September 9th. And then on September 9th is Ghost Business by Jen DeLuca. This is book 2 in the Boneyard Key series, and it's going to have ebook, paperback, and audiobook. And the narrator is going to be Jeannie Shannon. I think that's how I pronounce it. Anyway, also on September 9th is Picture Perfect by Tessa Bailey. This book 4 in the Big Shot series. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. And the narrators are Callie Dalton and Teddy Hamilton. Where was I? September 9th, Eldritch by Carrie Lake. This is book 2 in the Eating Wood series. And it's going to have paperback and ebook. I don't know about an audiobook, and I don't know about the narrator. So then on September 9th is Song of the Hell Witch by Taylor Hartley. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. And the narrators are going to be Fiona Hardingham and Shia Taylor. And I do believe she's coming around here for a signing thing. So, anyway, the next one I'm really excited for is, and it's coming out on September 9th, and it's The Honey Crisp Orchard Inn by Valerie Bowman. I love Valerie Bowman's historical romances, and now she's writing a cozy fall romance. I'm so excited for this one. Anyway, it's book 1 in the Honey Crisp Orchard romance series, and it's going to have all the releases, paperback, audiobook, and ebook, and the narrator is going to be Andy Arndt, who is phenomenal. And then on September 9th is Everything She Does Is Magic by Bridget Morrissey. This is witchy YA, kind of like Gilmore Girls meets the town of Salem. Just not people accusing each other of witchcraft. Anyway, so it's going to have ebook, paperback, and audiobook. And the narrators are going to be Alexa Magro and Lindsay Dorcas. It is sapphic. It is YA, and I actually did get an ARC, not an ALC, and I gave it 4 stars. It was super, super cute, super atmospheric. I really liked it, and I would actually recommend this one if you're looking for a good sapphic, Halloween-y romance with some witches. So, okay, then on September 9th is The Lone Wolf Cafe by Sydney Wilder. It's going to have ebook and paperback. I don't know about an audiobook, and I don't know about narrators. Nothing was announced. So, moving on to A Excellent Chance to Fall in Love by Anne Rose. This is also on September 9th, and it's going to have ebook, paperback, audiobook, and the narrators are Sarah Beth Goer and Imani Jade Powers. And then also on September 9th is The Most Unusual Haunting of Edgar Lovejoy by Ronan Parrish. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, ebook, and audiobook, and the narrators are going to be Andre Santana and Danny Martinick. And then on October, I keep saying October, I mean September 9th, Blood Moon by Brittany S. Lewis is releasing paperback, ebook, and audiobook, and I believe there is like a special edition with sprayed edges that are coming out, and I'm very intrigued by this. It's going to have audiobook as well, and the narrator is Hadernel Ojo, and I hope I said her name correctly, or their name correctly, but I do know this is like Damon, Salvatore, and Bonnie Bennett coded, for what I understand, which I'm like, well, I am a Will Forever ship Delana. This has me kind of excited. So anyway, moving on to September 10th is Scary in Love by Holly Jean Smith, and it's going to have paperback and ebook. No word on a audiobook or the narrators. Then on September 11th is The Gingerbread Bakery by Lori Gilmore. It's book 5 in the Dream Harbor series. And it's going to have paperback, ebook, and audiobook. And it probably will even have a coloring book later on. But anyway, the narrators for the audiobook is Savannah Peachwood and Sebastian York. And those two are 2 of my favorites. So then on September 11th is All Wrapped Up by Heidi Swain. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, ebook, audiobook, and the narrator is Karen Cass. Then releasing on September 12th is Leave Before I Love You by Max Monroe. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, ebook, and audiobook, and the narrators are Will Dameron and MK Blackwood. That's interesting. I just noticed something. And you'll find out what I noticed, and I'll tell you what I noticed that made me stop for a second. On September 15th is In My Hockey Era by Kendall Ryan. This is going to have all the releases, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. The narrators are going to be Savannah Peachwood and J.F. Harden. This is what made me stop for a minute. It is Fallen for You by Portia McIntosh. It's book 1 in the Miriam Bay series. Now, I've never heard of Portia McIntosh, but this is what made me stop. So it's going to have paperback, ebook, and audiobook, and the narrator is Karen Cass, because I literally had just said her name, and then I saw it down, and I was like, did I write it twice? No, it's correct. Okay, moving on. On September 16th, which is also a very stacked day, we're going to start off with We Met Like This by Katie West. And it's going to have all the releases, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. And the narrator is Katie Bloomwood. Then Fun at Parties by Jamie Harrow. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, audiobook, and ebooks. And the narrator is Carissa Vacker. Then Chasing Stars by Linnie Mack. This is book 2 in the Kate May series. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. There is no news on the narrators. They'll probably be announced closer to the date. And we're still on September 16th, is You're Next by Tate James. This is book 3 in the Devil's Bones trilogy or series. And I know everybody is like foaming at the mouth for this. I haven't even read Dear Reader yet. I need to get to that book. Anyway, it's going to have all the releases, paperback, audiobook, and ebook. I believe nothing's been really announced for narrators or anything, so I'm not sure of all that information. So I guess we'll have to find out more when it gets closer in. Still on September 16th is Uncharmed by Lucy Jane Wood. It's going to have paperback and ebook, and I believe it's also going to have an audiobook, but nothing's been announced for the audio or the narrator, but this looks super cute as well. Continue on September 16th is The Good Girls of Maple Lane by Jacqueline Firkins. And it's going to have all the releases, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. And the narrator is going to be Rebecca Gibble. Then, honestly, this one looks really good, is Love at First Fright by Nadia Alfasi. It's going to have paperback and ebook. I'm not sure about an audiobook. Nothing's been announced for the audio and nothing's been announced for the narrators, but I suspect it will have an audiobook. Then on September 16th, still, Honey and Heat by Aurora Palette, and it's going to have ebook and paperback. I'm not sure about an audiobook or the narrators. Nothing's been announced. Then lastly, this is the last book on September 16th, is Hopelessly T-Voted by Audrey Goldberg Ruoff, and honestly, now that Olivia Newton-John song is in my head. Anyway, it is going to have paperback, ebook, and audiobook, and the narrators are going to be Kelsey Navarro Foster and Tim Page, who are both excellent. On September 18th is Wicked Beast by Shelley Lee Crane. It's going to have paperback and ebook. That cover is stunning. I really like that cover. I don't know if it's going to have an audiobook, and I don't know anything about narrators. On September 18th is Martyr by S. Mastery. This book 3 in the Sterling Falls Road series. And I do believe this is the final book because she canceled the last book. But I do not know if there's an audiobook or who the narrators are. Nothing's been announced. Then on September 18th is Valentine Nook by Lulu Moore. This is in her Valentine Nook series. The original, the prequel was her Christmas novella from last year, and I do not know if this is going to have an audiobook, but I know it's having an ebook and a paperback, and I know the next one is coming out in November, and that's the one I'm really excited about, but hopefully we'll get an audiobook. So moving on, day is the very full day, and it's September 23rd, and the first one that I will kick off with is Road Trip with a Vampire by Jenna Levine. This is book 3 in my vampire series. It's going to have ebook, paperback, and audiobook, and the narrator is Amanda Stribling. On same day, Ladies in Hating by Alexia Vasti, book 3 in the Belvoir series. I think I said that right. It's going to have paperback and ebook. I don't know about an audiobook, but I think it is going to have an audiobook. Nothing's been announced yet, and I need to pause to get some more water. Hold on. Continuing on September 23 is The Heartbreak Hotel by Elaine O'Clover. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. And the narrator is Brittany Presley, who I absolutely adore. She does a good job. Then The Thief of Night by Holly Black. This is book 2 in the Charlton Duology series. It's going to have ebook, hardcover, and audiobook. The narrators are Jonathan Davis, Sarah Amini, and Vicus Adam. And then the next two I know a lot of people are waiting for. That's also coming out on September 23rd. Alchemized by Sin Lin Yu. I read Manacled years ago, and I still think about that fanfic. So you bet your butt I'm going to be reading this on September 23rd. It's going to have hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. The narrator is Saskia Meriveld, and I absolutely adore this narrator. She does a fantastic job. I couldn't be happier with who's going to be narrating Alchemized. And then so probably you're going to have to look out for a lot of special editions for Alchemized. I'm sure there's going to be a ton. Okay, moving on to the next one on September 23rd is Taurus Season by Bryn Weaver. This is book 1 in the Seasons of Carnage trilogy. Her novella she just put out in August is kind of a entry. It is book 0. So but Taurus Season is the first book. It's gonna have a paperback, ebook, audiobook, and the narrators are Samantha Bretmore and Robert Hatchett, who I also very much enjoy their work. September 23rd, A Spell for Midsummer's Heart by Morgan Lockhart. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, ebook, audiobook, and the narrator is Bailey Carr. And then on September 23rd still is A Seeping of Blood by Hafsa Fazel, and I hope I said her name correctly. It's book 2 in the Blood and Tea book series. It's going to have ebook, paperback, audiobook, and the narrator is Maya Soroya. Then also on September 23rd is Bad for Business by Kat Singleton. This is book 2 in her Pembroke Hill series. I'm sorry, my throat is just really bothering me. Anyway, it's going to have paperback, ebook, audiobook. The narrators are Vanessa Edwin and J.F. Harding, who again are both gold standard. Then September 23rd, also releasing on that date, is I'll Be Home for Christmas by Jenny Bayliss. It's going to have ebook, paperback, audiobook, and the narrator is Hannah Curtis. Also releasing on September 23rd is Fall Me Maybe by Lainey Hatcher. It's going to have all the releases. Actually, I think this is the one that was audiobook release only. I think we can still get... Yes, this one is an audiobook release only. Let me pause and I'll double check. Yeah, it's an audiobook release only. It was just recently announced, so I added it and I forgot to put audio release on my sheet. So that was my bad. Anyway, you can get the ebook and paperback now, but the audiobook is going to be released on September 23rd, and the narrators are Callie Dalton and Lee Samuels. Before I move on to the next 6, these were just announced this morning, the day I'm filming this, and I was like, what? I'm so glad I held off from filming because I wanted to put these on. I mean, there's others I literally could have added, but again, I had to cut it out sometimes because there's 86 books on this list. So this is a new series. They're all novellas, and it's the Scared Sexy book collection that I think they're going to be on KU Reading Listen, but they have only announced the books. They have not announced their narrators, but it's, again, KU Read and Listen. So we're going to get the paperback, the ebook, and the audiobooks for all of these novellas. And they're spooky season novellas with different authors. So the first one in the series is, and these are all releasing on September 23rd. So the first one is Hot for Slayer by Allie Hazelwood. The second one is Falling by Christina Lauren. The third one is Spicy Little Curses by J.T. Geisinger. The fourth one is Space Vampire by Ruby Dixon. Oh my gosh, I just thought of Ava from Ava Reads Romance when I saw that. And I'm so excited for the J.T. Geisinger one too. Then the fifth one is Beautiful Nightmare by Katie Robert. And then the sixth one, and this one I thought of Tiff from Tiff Talks Pages when I saw this one, and it's My Boyfriends Are All Monsters by Kimberly Lemming. I am so excited for this whole entire novella collection to come out on September 23rd. I'll just have to listen to them after I listen to Alchemized, but that looks like that's going to be a whole heck of a lot of fun. Okay, let's move on to the rest of the list. So on September 24th is You Make It Feel Like Christmas by Sophie Sullivan. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. And the narrator is Patty Murin. Also releasing on September 24th, and this is a must read for me, is Rise and Rain by Tessa Hale. This is book 3 in the Wolves of Crescent Creek series. It's going to have all the releases, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. The narrators are Vanessa Moying, Connor Crayas, Jason Clark, J.F. Harden, Shane East, and Teddy Hamilton. Now, this is the 3rd book in a trilogy. It's a Why Choose trilogy with shifters and stuff. You have to read them in order or it will not make sense. So if you haven't read the first 2 in the Wolves of Crescent Creek series, I highly recommend you do that before this Rising Rain comes out, because that is going to be a good time. Then on September 25th is Coronation by Cleo White. It's going to have ebook and paperback. I do not know anything about an audiobook or narrators. Nothing's been revealed or whatever. My brain is starting to fry. All right, let's move on to September 26th, which has a few. So starting off on September 26th is The Fang Arrangement by Sarah Blue. This is book 2 in the Celestial Witches series. It's going to have ebook and paperback. We'll have an audiobook, but it's probably going to come later. I'm excited for this one. I really liked book 1 in this series. It was really good. So, and then also releasing on September 26th is Bewitchingly Hers by Jennifer Chipman. And this is The Witches of Pleasant Grove, book 3. I've read the first 2. I love it. It's cozy. It's paranormally, and they're a lot of fun with just the right amount of spice. I highly recommend them. This is going to have ebook and paperback, and the audiobook will come later because that's how she rolls. And then on September 26th is The Lost Kings by Ashley Munoz. It's going to have ebook and paperback. We'll probably get an audiobook later, or she'll announce it before. I don't know. There's been no word on an ebook. There's been no word on an audiobook or the narrators. So then on September 26th is Scorned Beauty by Victoria Page. And it's book 5 in the Scorned Fate series. This is a mafia romance series that nobody talks about, and I don't know why. It is so much fun, okay? I really like this series. Anyway, it's going to have ebook and paperback, and we'll probably get an audiobook later. The first 4 are on audio. Then on September 27th is Drawn Together by Juliana Smith. It's going to have ebook and paperback. I do not know about an audiobook or narrators. Nothing's been announced. There's a lot. I think it has its own page, actually page and a half. That's how much is coming out on September 30th. So let's start with Ghosted by Amy Hutton, and it's going to have paperback and ebook. I don't know anything about an audiobook, and no narrators have been announced. Also releasing on the last day of the month in September is The Homemaker by Julie E. Ann. It's going to have paperback, ebook, and audiobook, and the narrators are Charlotte North and Robert Hatchett. Also releasing is Joy to the Girls by Rachel Lippincott. It's book 1.5 of She Gets the Girl series, and I believe this is sapphic. It looks really, really cute. And it's going to have ebook, paperback, and audiobook, and the narrators are Natalie Naudis, and I hope I said her name right, and then Valentina Ortez. Releasing again on September 30th is Soul Searching by Lila Sage. This is book 1 in the Sweet Water Peak series. This looks a little paranormal-y. Kind of looks like something from like the Nancy Drew series and stuff like that. I'm definitely interested because of the cover. Anyway, it's gonna have ebook, paperback, and audiobook. I know there's an audiobook. It's on Audible. However, there is no news for who is going to be narrating this book. And then coming out on the same day is Princess of Blood by Sarah Hawley. This is book 2 in the Shards of Magic series. It's going to have probably hardcover, ebook, and paperback, audiobook. And the narrator is Maya Hutchison Shaw. Then we are going to get a novella, Holly by Adeline Grace. This is book 3.5 in the Belladonna series. I'm really excited for this one because I really liked the Belladonna series. And it's going to have hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. That's what I was looking for. And the narrator is Kristen Etherton. On September 30th is Fake Skating by Lynn Painter. I know it's going to have an audiobook, but nothing's been announced for narrators, but it's also going to have ebook and paperback. Then September 30th, Crazy in Love by Laura Pavlov. This is book 4 in her Rosewood River series. We're going to have ebook, paperback, and audiobook. I know we're getting an audiobook, but nothing's been announced, so no narrators have been announced. So, and then on September 30th is Witch of the Wolves by Kaylee Archer, and it's going to have ebook, paperback, and audiobook, and the narrator is Polly Edsel. Then we're going to be getting Christmas People on September 30th by Iva Marie Palmer. The cover looks kind of jolly to me for some reason. I'm kind of, this is an interesting cover. Kind of reminds me of the 1950s. Anyway, we're going to get ebook, paperback, and audiobook. And the narrator is Patty Murin. Then on September 30th, it's Different, this time by Joss Richards. And it's going to have all the releases, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. And the narrator is Faradell Capistrano. And I hope I said his name right, their name right. I don't know. Then we are going to get an audiobook release only on September 30th. And it's The Slight Before Christmas by Kate Stewart. This is book 2 in the Holly Hijinks series. And the narrators are going to be J.F. Hardin, Ava Erickson. There we go. I got it out. You can already get the ebook and paperback. So the last book on September 30th is Holiday Ever After by Hannah Grace, and it's going to have ebook, paperback, and audiobook, but they have not yet announced the narrators, and that it's coming in more than a month away. So I suspect we will get to know who the narrators are later on. So that is 86 books. And now I need another drink before I move on to my TBR. Hold that thought. Okay, I'm back. Now for my September TBR. I have two, one's a really long, one's a book club. And I don't know about any of the other book clubs. Leave it to the pros. We haven't even had our live show yet, so I don't know what their next one's going to be. But these are the ones that I know when I made my TBR. So the first book club is the Historical Hellions, and we are going to be reading Honor Splendor by Julie Garwood. And I do believe I've read this before, and I really liked it. I can't remember what my rating was. I just remember really, really enjoying Honor Splendor. I think I read it last year. It was on my historical romance list of last year, and I remember the characters, I remember the story, I remember enjoying it. I just don't remember my exact rating. That's the word I'm looking for. So I'm gonna have to probably reread that. And it's gonna be a reread, and I'm okay with rereading Julie Garwood. I'm always up for her books. And then I'm participating in the Lisa Kleypas read along. It started out as the Wallflowers, and then we just had to go on to the Hathaways, and now we're at the Ravenels. And I'm wondering what's next. Should we read Derek Craven's book in that duology? I would do that. Anyway, so the next on the list for September is Hello Stranger, and this one is Dr. Garrett Gibson and Ethan Ravenel, I think. I read this last year. I actually really liked it. I kept putting this one off because everybody said it was their least favorite. So I was like, oh gosh, I don't know. So I literally read around that one. Like I read the first 3 and then skipped this one and went to the rest of them. I'm kind of glad I put it off because I was building up to how much I'm not going to like it, and I actually really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. So those are my read-alongs and book clubs that has been announced. So the next 2 are the new releases that I absolutely positively must get to in the month of September, because I have got to finish my TBRs for 2025. So the first one that is going to be a must read is Alchemized by Sin Lin Yu. That don't care what I'm in the middle of, I'm going to put it down and I'm going to listen to that book. And then, of course, I'm going to be listening to Rising Rain by Tessa Hale. I need to read this book. I left on such a big cliffhanger, and I really, really, really need to know what happens to our characters and how they get their happily ever after. Okay, sorry guys, for pausing. So one of the books that I had on here was a book that I actually have queued up to listen to right after Alphame's Two Lovers, and I literally have that downloaded off my Libby app, and I no, it's actually, I don't remember. It was one of my library apps, and I don't have time to waste because my holds tend to go pretty quickly. So I didn't want to do that. So anyway, so I just kind of made a cheat and added another new release. So instead of 2 new releases, it's 3, and it's The Honeycrisp Orchard Inn by Valerie Bowman. I'm really excited for this one. I want to know, like, I really love her historical romances, so I'm excited to see how she writes a contemporary cozy fall romance. So those are my 3 new releases, and then I'm going to have to get to my backlist and all my other TBRs. So one of them is off my backlist for the TBRs, and it's Two Fights by Nikki Castle. I have not read that one. I've been meaning to get back in this world. I read the first one a long time ago, and I honestly don't remember it. I should probably go back and reread that, but I will do that after I read this. I really want to read this one first because I heard Two Fights was one of the best ones in the series, so I'm going to do Two Fights. And then I need to read Throne of the Fallen by Carrie Maniscalco. I need to do that before she releases another book, because if she's going to release another book and I still haven't read it, I already have the first 2. Like, I have the hard copies, because I need the hard copies when it comes to romanticies, because I need to read them and listen to them at the same time. That's how I best process romanticies. So I kind of need to get to that one sooner rather than later. So I'm going to do that one. And the next one is actually off my 2025 historical romance TBR, and it's The Moonstone Duke by Mira Platt. And I've never heard this one before. It's The Dragon Blade. So I think it is a romantasy historical romance. That's what it looks like. It looks very interesting. So I'll let you know what it really is. So I've been really curious about this one. I wanted to put it off more to the fall because of the vibes. So, and then I need to read Wolf E by Paisley Hope. I've had this one on my list for a very long time. It's on my romantic suspense list, and I really want to get going on that list too and get these ones taken care of. So that is all the books I'm going to read. Well, for my TBR. I'm not reading all the 86 books before that, but my TBR books, those are my TBR books. Let me know if I have missed any of the books before that are coming out in September. Let me know what you are excited to read in September. If you're participating in the Clapus read along, let me know all the things. And if you made it this far in this video and you'll let me know that you're here, please leave me a fall leaf emoji, because we are now getting into the burr months, and this is the time that I shine, because this is my favorite season. I mean, I'm going apple picking in a couple weeks. I'm going up to the mountains and going apple picking. I don't care if I still sound like this. I'm going to be going to get some fresh made apple cider. This is my time to shine. Anyway, until next time, my friends, happy reading. Bye.